Hello, everyone. Welcome to the TC Lifestyle Fit Podcast. I'm your host, Tim TC Collins. Wow, we have an incredible guest today with a remarkable, heartwarming story. Her name is Neesha Duncan, the author of This Too Shall Pass. My mom met her at Omaha Day. She was selling her books at the event, and my mom sent me a photo of the book cover, and me just getting into the podcasting. I had to hear her story. Just a remarkable human being. She is literally the hero in my life right now. She is a lodestar. She's doing some incredible work in her community, and I guarantee if you read this book, it will touch you. If you are a father, a mother, someone who cares for other people, this story, it is just a testament to someone who has impeccable, indomitable resilience. So I'll stop rambling. I'll go ahead and bring on Miss Neesha Duncan. Here we go. All right,
Hey.
Miss Neesha. Hey, let's clap it up. Clap it up for Neesha Duncan. Woo. You know, I'm reading that book. And as a father, as a husband, it was tough because no human being, no child should have to go through some of those experiences that you went through. But wow, look at what God was able to pull you out of and what you're utilizing your time and your energy to put all those stories in a book format. And you even have a workbook. And I guarantee, I know whoever reads that book, they'll find some healing. Can you elaborate on why you wrote the book? What's your motivation? Share with everyone your story.
Well, people have suggested for years that I write a book about my life without even knowing
Mm,
that stuff that I had
mm,
gone through. I don't know
mm,
what it was they saw, but they just
mm.
kept suggesting that I write a book about my life.
Wow,
And
wow.
I've been a massage therapist for about 15 or 16 years now.
15, 16
And
years. Wow,
people have always Yes. And people have always come to me for
wow,
advice, for guidance, including my
wow,
clients.
wow,
And
wow,
I brought people into my home through the years.
wow,
And at a point, I got tired of helping people. I did. And
wow,
I got frustrated and I said, God, what is
mm,
it you want me to do? Because
wow,
people
wow,
keep coming to me and I
mm,
know this is not it. I know this
mm,
massage therapy, but
wow,
what is it you want to do? What do you want from me?
wow,
And he put this book on me so heavy, I knew I didn't have a choice.
wow.
I mean, keep me up. I would
Woo.
be waking up at 2, 4 o'clock in the morning with
Mm,
work put on the pages. So it
mm,
just consumed me. Like I didn't have a choice. I got to get
mm,
it over with so that I can have,
mm,
so I can rest. So
mm.
I did it.
The
I got a therapist
resilience.
first, though, or I started writing books.
Mm. I have to say again, you my hero, Nisha. Amazing. So
Thank
your mom locked you in a basement, right?
you. Mm-hmm.
Mom locked you in basement, beat by her boyfriend,
Yes. Yes.
and your father abused you sexually as well.
Yes.
How do you recover from that?
Oh, you kind of go numb. At some point, you just go numb to the world. It's like it becomes the norm, and
Mm,
what is the real purpose of life? There really is
mm,
none. It's you just go
mm,
through the motion.
mm, mm, mm.
You learn to put on
Wow.
a face because
Mm,
it's
Mm,
hushed. You're not talk about it.
mm-hmm,
It's like it just becomes the norm, and you wonder
mm,
if your friends you're hanging with and strangers
mm-hmm.
you see on the street are going through the same thing that you're going through.
Yeah.
It just seems normal, even
Mm,
though it's oh, it just seems like
mm,
the norm.
wow. Wow. I have experience in the mental health space as well. I recently, well, about a year ago, got certified in clinical hypnotherapy. And one
Hmm.
of the techniques that we utilize with our clients who have experienced trauma in their life is time integration for maximum empowerment, which is basically a process of helping a person go back in time and looking at their life circumstances through a hindsight perspective and learning lessons and applying them to other experiences that you will encounter moving forward and removing emotions of anger, sadness, fear, hurt, and guilt. How are you managing those experiences, or are you still feeling those emotions today? And how have you been able to navigate through those
I
feelings?
don't I don't still feel a lot of that I felt back then, but
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
only been within the
Wow.
last 2 or 3
Yeah.
years that I have really been feeling it, that I've been kind of
Mm.
recovering from all of that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
before it was alcohol, I would drink.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Wow. Now you
I would
said
just want to
before.
drink and dance.
Wow. Wow. Now how long was that a common practice for you in terms of what you did to take your mind off of those thoughts, inner thoughts and emotions of being hurt when you were a child?
I believe I had my first drink at 16.
16
And
years old.
yeah,
Wow.
at 16, and I was getting in the clubs at 16.
Yeah. Wow.
Um, and
Wow.
I really just stopped like 3 years
Mm.
ago.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And I'm
Wow.
48. So it took that long.
Mm. 48 years young. Wow. Look at what God pulled you out of. And as a father, I tell you, I'm reading the book, burning inside, because in the word it does say, "Be fruitful and multiply." And the highest honor of a man and a woman is to become a mother and to become a father.
Hmm.
It's our job to protect and supply all the needs of our kids. But however, before we can multiply, we need to make sure that we're fruitful. And that's what our men need to learn today, is to understand that concept before you take on that type of responsibility. There is it's important to understand the concept of being fruitful, because if you don't, it produces pain. It produces uh, a multitude of challenges for the people that you bring into this world.
Hmm.
What is your message to mothers out there now, new mothers? What is your message to new fathers?
Um, well, for those who aren't like mine,
Yeah,
have those important conversations with your
yeah,
kids, conversations
yeah.
that people don't really think they need to have. Like
Mm-hmm.
when my kids were younger, I
Mm-hmm.
had those conversations with them about their
Mm-hmm.
bodies and the importance of their
Yeah, yeah,
privacy, their private
yeah,
parts, and nobody
yeah.
should touch this and nobody should
Right,
see this, and
right, right,
conversations with my daughters about their
right.
menstruals and things
Yeah,
that I didn't get.
yeah,
Those
yeah,
conversations really matter, and I didn't get those conversations. But I
yeah,
had conversations about their bodies with my
yeah,
sons as well. It wasn't just
yeah,
my daughters, because these things happen to
yeah.
boys too. So
Mm,
I was very
mm,
open my kids, not so open that
Mm,
I told them what I went through, but
wow.
communication was pretty strong with me and my kids.
Mm,
Always has been and still is.
wow. So you are a mental health advocate. You work with men or women who have experienced emotional, mental challenges in their life, and you created a workbook.
Hmm.
Can you tell us about some of the exercises, some of the activities you are having your clients go through to remove some of those inner thoughts and challenges that they're experiencing in their life right now?
The workbook starts
Yes,
in the
yes.
beginning of the workbook. It starts with relationships
Relationships.
because relationships are important, and you first learn to deal with
Mm,
relationships in the home
mm,
as a child. You know, the
wow,
relationships we get from our
wow,
parents and our siblings. So
wow,
the
wow,
workbook starts there first because
wow.
that can say a lot about how you go out and interact in the world with your
Mm, mm,
co-workers, your significant
mm,
others, you know,
mm.
based off what you're taught in the home on how to
Wow,
deal with relationships. So I
wow,
saw violence in the home as a young
wow,
child. You know, that was the
wow,
norm. So every
wow.
relationship I entered into, I was fist
Mm,
fighting because that's what I
mm,
saw. That was the
mm,
norm. I know I want that now. I know better,
mm,
but
mhm, mhm,
I was attracted to dysfunction. I was comfortable in my discomfort. So that
mm,
was what I knew. That's what you know.
mm. You said you were
So it carried on
comfortable
into my
in your
work relationship.
discomfort.
So,
Wow,
yes,
wow. How do you get uncomfortable in your discomfort to move out of the situation?
I just got tired of it. It
Yeah,
wasn't who I wanted
yeah.
to be. Deep down inside, I
Mm,
knew that that's not who I was. I was
mm,
better than that. I was bigger than that. And I didn't want to keep living like that. I was tired of
mm,
fighting. You
mm,
know, I
mm.
wanted something better, something different. And so,
Wow.
in order to do that, I had to step away from a lot of people.
Mhm,
Um, I had to just get away and
mm,
figure out who I really was
mm,
and how to
mhm,
let that out because
mm.
everybody's always known this part of me for so
Yeah,
long, but I'm
right,
tired of
right,
I'm
right.
tired of doing
Wow, wow. Can you talk to us about a person who came into your life, maybe during the most difficult time you were experiencing as a youth, a young adult, you know, and even going into adulthood? Who is that one person, or maybe even it was a group of people who continued to encourage you when the ones who were responsible for taking on that role in your life failed to do so?
I can't say that there was anyone who was because everybody who was around me was all for let's go get drunk, let's
Mm,
go turn up. But
mm,
when I had my first child, something in me just
yeah,
clicked because
yeah.
there was no way I was going to let her feel everything that I was feeling.
Mm,
No
wow,
way.
wow,
So
wow.
that changed a lot in me.
Mm, wow. You know, vulnerability is the true measure of courage. What was it like initially before you started putting the concept of your book together? Was it a simple process, or did it take time for you to gather your thoughts and move forward with the book?
Not really, because this battle was in my head every single day of my life
Wow.
since
Wow.
childhood. So
Mm,
what I had to do was quit my job first.
mm. Wow,
That's
you
why
quit your job to
I did.
before you even started writing the book, you had to separate yourself from work.
I did.
What did that do for you?
I needed to isolate. I needed to find a therapist, and
Mm,
um,
mm.
because I knew in writing this
Yeah.
book, I was going to have to go back and relive all of that. I
Oh,
knew it was
wow.
so
Wow.
I knew I wasn't going
Wow.
to be around people. I
Yeah.
knew there were
Yeah.
days if I was
Yeah.
around people, I would want to
Right.
smack somebody. I would
Mm.
want to cry. I would be
Take up
angry. I
some
just knew
boxing
those
lessons,
days.
huh? Mm.
Yeah, I knew those days would come. So I was
Yeah.
like, I be around people while I do this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Wow.
I found a therapist, and that was a
Wow.
process because I had a list of what I
Hmm.
needed in a therapist,
Yeah.
what I needed that
Yeah.
would work for me. So,
Yeah.
I
Wow.
reached to several therapists until I found the one that I felt
Mm,
would work for me.
hmm. Wow. That's
And then once
amazing.
I got my therapist, it just poured out.
Mm, mm. What messages or tools was your therapist communicating to you at the time to help you open up and expand your creativity on the book project?
Well, she was very patient with me, and she
Patience.
was
Yes,
spiritual.
that's good.
That's important.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Because when I first went in there, I didn't want to talk to her. I just
Mm,
wanted her to fix me. I don't need to
mm,
tell you what happened. Just
mm,
fix it. I didn't want to talk
mm,
about it because I had never
mm-hmm.
talked about it before without
Wow.
falling
Mm,
out in tears. I could never get it
mm,
out.
mm-hmm.
But
Wow.
very
Mm,
encouraging.
mm.
Very
What's her
encouraging.
name? May I ask
Uh,
what your therapist's name is?
Brianne Ward.
Rianne Ward. Does she
Yeah,
live in
yeah,
Iowa as well, where you're at?
yeah. She's in Des Moines.
Oh, she's in Des Moines as well. Wow, wow. I know one of the most difficult things to do as a human being is to treat someone with compassion after they hurt you. I remember reading the book. Your father was going through some health obstacles, and you still managed to take care of him. Can you talk about that? How do you build compassion for someone who has hurt you for such a long time? And what's your advice to someone else going through a similar circumstance right now in this season in their life?
For a time,
Yeah,
a child
yeah,
longs to have the attention of their parent. Whether
yeah,
their parent is abusive or not, a
right,
child looks at that parent with
yeah,
love
right,
regardless.
right,
They fight for it. Now, after a
right,
while, some kids, something, a
yeah,
switch hits and they're just like, I'm done. I'm
yeah,
done.
yeah,
But for me, I feel like
yeah.
that was God's hand on me the whole time.
Mm, wow,
I never
mm,
I never had a hate for my parents.
wow,
Um,
wow,
Even
mm,
though I was going through what I was going through,
mm,
yes, sometimes I
mm,
felt like I wanted to hurt him, but
mm,
at the same time, I had compassion on his,
mm.
even though it felt like
Wow,
about what I was going through.
wow,
You know, it still
that's a
didn't change
superpower.
my heart
Mm,
and assignment.
mm. Wow, wow. What is the most significant lesson you have learned through all all of your experiences from now, all going all the way back to your childhood? What's the most significant lesson you learned that you are communicating to the people you love, your children and other youths in your life right now?
Mm, that's tough. There's a few.
Yeah.
You
One
know,
lesson. One lesson.
let me see.
Mm.
Don't allow them to break you. Still gotta
Wow.
live life. You are still here.
Wow.
You still gotta
Wow.
live life. You know,
Mm.
people are gonna be who they are. You can't
Wow.
think that,
Wow.
but
Mm.
don't let it change who you are.
Wow. Wow. Because your value is found in God, not through other
Mhm.
people. It's
Right.
like that analogy I've seen multiple on multiple occasions. My pastor has used it before. You take a $20 bill, you ball it up, it's wrinkled, you open it, still worth $20. Or you break a crayon, still colors the
Hmm.
same way it would if it wasn't broken. So I believe, yes, we go through challenges, we go through obstacles and adversity. However, it's those moments in our life that shape us into the person that we are today. And I'm just amazed how you are able to overcome those circumstances, because as a father, there's no way I would allow such atrocities to happen to my kids, my son, my daughter, or any kid that God puts into my care. And
Hmm.
I'm just so grateful that my mom connected with you initially, and she said, Tim, you need to get her on your podcast. You need to call her. And I didn't hesitate. I contacted you. I believe it was the same day.
It was.
And we coordinated time for us to make this connection. And what a beautiful person you are. That's a testament to, like, just the true champions of the world are individuals who can move forward through their circumstances, still love and still care for the people who have hurt them. Now, what's the relationship with your mom? You have siblings too as well.
Yes.
Yeah, can you talk to us about the dynamic you have between your siblings and your mom?
I did have to pull back from them in order to
Yeah.
heal because they are still
Mm,
who they are, and I need to
mhm,
get. I'm trying to grow, so
mhm, 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 mhm,
I did have to pull back from them. I did
mhm,
have a conversation with my mom as
mhm,
I was writing the book to let her know that I was
mhm,
writing it, and
mhm,
there were things about her that she did to me that I needed to put in the book in order
mm,
to share
mm,
my story. And
mm,
she cried,
mm,
that she was
mhm,
okay with it though. She said,
mm,
God has put on you to do,
mm.
tell your story. And
Wow.
I
Wow.
don't expect her to ever read it.
Right.
You
Mm,
know, she doesn't like to talk about the book. She
mm,
wants nothing to do with it. And I
mm,
understand that. I get it. As
mm.
far as my siblings,
Wow.
one of my older sisters and I still
Mm,
communicate on a
mhm,
regular.
mhm,
But other than that, I don't really talk to my other sisters too.
mm, mm. Wow. Amazing. I know usually hurt people tend to hurt other people.
Hmm.
You were hurt on like high level. I mean,
Yes.
your own father, I can't even imagine that. And you still made a decision to move forward and use your gifts to be a blessing to others. So, can you elaborate on an even higher level what you're doing right now to encourage people to work on their mental health?
It is very important. And at
Mm,
my church, I work with a group of young girls who are
mm,
in middle school and high school,
mhm,
talking with them about their mental health and the struggles
mhm,
that they're facing
mhm,
today,
mhm,
and remaining true to themselves because
mm,
it's
mm,
hard, especially
mhm,
nowadays. See, we didn't have social media and all that
mhm,
back when we were younger and in school.
mhm,
They
mhm,
say that's one of the big challenges they have in trying to keep
mhm,
up. So
mm,
they feel like they can't be who they
mm,
really are inside.
mm,
They gotta
mm.
be competitive, they gotta
Wow.
keep up with the Joneses. And
Mm, wow. Wow.
one thing that they've asked me to help them
Mm,
with is their self-worth, their self-image.
mm,
So
mm.
I
Wow.
work with them on that. Also, I have
Mm,
some girls in there who come from abusive homes.
mm,
So
mm,
I work with them on that as well.
wow. You doing some great work in the community. You know, a book that like changed my life. I mean, your book changed my life just recently, reading it for the past couple of days. But when I was a new father, I picked up a book, uh, and I recommend you a mother, your father, your aunt, uncle. It doesn't matter. You a football coach, basketball coach, uh, work at a recreational setting. It doesn't matter. Fatherhood principle. What I learned from this book is that as a father or a mother, your primary job is to take care of your household. And as you take care of the people that God has put into your life, he'll always make sure that you're taken care of. And just from the perspective of you know, being carrying that mantle of mother or father, it can be challenging sometimes, but it does take a lot or a significant amount of pressure off your shoulder when during those tough times when you're disciplining your niece, your nephew, your son or daughter that God is giving you the perfect plan of action to help them grow. Because it's easy, when your kid makes you mad, maybe to take all your anger and your frustration out on them. But it takes a true mother, a true father, to go through the hard work and discipline your child in a way that produces fruit and puts them in a position to succeed in life. How can we teach our leaders in the community right now to be more focused on that perspective?
Well, I see people in the community right now trying to help the youth,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
sometimes from what I see, what it looks like is them just trying to gain fame. It's not a real
Mm,
passion and love for these kids. They
mm,
need
mm,
consistency.
mm,
They need to know that they can count on you, that you're going to show
mm,
up, you're going to always be
mm.
the same. You're not going to switch up.
Wow, wow, wow. It's
They don't
amazing.
see you. They need to see your walk as well.
Wow.
They need to know that
Actions.
you're not telling them one
Yes.
thing, but you're out here
Actions.
doing something else.
Right,
So
right.
don't just tell me, show me.
Mm. Actions are more powerful than words.
Actions, consistency.
Mm. Mm. You could go to any part of the world, and wherever responsibility has been abdicated or left out, you're going to find a place where people are engulfed in a series of different challenges.
Hmm.
Now, what's the number one philosophy you are imprinting into your children's life so that pattern of hopelessness, fear, and defeat doesn't perpetuate to the next generation? Because it has to stop with somebody.
One big thing for me and my kids is love because I didn't
Mm,
coming
yes.
up. So with
Yeah.
my kids, I
Yeah.
love you, I love you, I love
Yeah.
you. And to hear my kids say
Yeah.
I love you to each other,
Yeah.
I love it. I
Wow.
love it. To
Wow.
find out that my
Wow.
adult kids are staying close to
Mm,
each other when they move away from home, I love it.
mhm.
They come
Mhm.
home every Sunday. We get
Mhm.
together to eat, to laugh, play
Mhm.
games, you
Mhm.
know, that closeness. One thing I
Mhm.
always told my kids growing up is
Mhm.
I didn't want them to be like me and my siblings. I want you to love
Mm,
each other. I want you to always
mm,
care for each other because there may come a day
mm,
when you are all that you have.
mm.
That's always been really
Wow.
big for me. And now I have
Wow.
grandkids, and I make sure
Mm.
to my grandkids. I
Man.
help kids to guide them, steer them in the right direction.
Mm. Mm.
Because
Wow.
they need grandparents. Grandparents are necessary.
Mm. Mm. Wow. The greatest gift to us as parents are children.
Hmm.
I can remember the exact scripture. It might be Psalms 127. It's in Psalms 127, but children are like arrows in the hands of a warrior. So to destroy your arrows like that
Hmm.
is like destroying yourself. Why would you do that? But I thank God for the person you are. It made you are a tough individual. I know tough times make tough people, but those
Hmm.
hard times, they have to stop with somebody. And I'm grateful that God gave you the energy and purpose to write that book. What's the next step for you in life, Neesha?
I do have another book in the process right now.
Wow. Dang. Woo, just putting out books, putting
I
out
just
books. Whoa, that's good. That's good. That's good. You got some
This
energy.
one feels like it might be a little heavier than the first one.
Yeah.
Really,
Okay.
this
What's
one is
different?
pouring out like the first
Okay.
one, but it's kind of like a spin-off. And this one is me and
Mm,
my kids going more in depth of the
mm-hmm.
generations, and
Mm-hmm.
breaking the
Mm,
cycles.
mm. Wow. If you had your father standing in front of you right now, what words would you say to him?
I've often thought about that, and there's nothing I would want to say to him. There's nothing I could think of that
Mm,
I say. I don't even want to look at him.
mm,
You know,
wow. Mm,
I
wow.
don't think I could do it. That was an assignment that my therapist tried to give me, was to speak to him.
Mm,
I haven't been able to do that.
wow. It happens, when you're ready, right? Wow.
Mm.
Hey, I appreciate you, Miss Neesha. We're gonna start wrapping up our podcast. Maybe one or two more questions. So, what would you like to see happen in in every household across America, even across the world? Because there's probably 34.8 million children who experience abuse at least one time, whether it's physical, verbal, sexual. Like, what would you like to see happen right now that isn't being implemented to stop that from perpetuating, or those patterns from perpetuating?
It's because there's no accountability.
Accountability. Mm,
It's swept under the rug. It's dismissed
mm,
like it's nothing. It's the norm.
mm,
And so,
mm,
like my story, I
mm,
did try to reach out for help, but
mm.
nobody wanted to listen. It's not
Nobody
that
want
they
to
didn't believe
listen.
me,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't their problem.
Mm.
So I think more people need to make it
Wow.
a problem. When you have a small child coming to you telling you that something is wrong, something's
Mm,
going on, I'm being hurt, please
mm,
help me do
mm,
something.
mm. Wow.
It's ignored because a lot of times,
Mm,
because of the predator. Well, I know that,
mhm,
so
mhm,
that's my friend, that's my loved one.
mm. Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
this person is a big impact on our community, so we
Mhm.
can't change them,
Mm,
you know,
mm. Wow.
things like
It's
that.
yes. Wow.
Like my dad was loved,
Mhm, mhm,
loved, loved, loved by all. So
mhm, mhm. Wow. So it's
we
that's the
not doing
mindset, and that's
anything.
the right mentality of people.
We're creating
Yes.
more violence in the world by
Yeah.
not doing anything
By not
because all
responding.
of that
Right.
unhealed trauma, you
Mm,
got hurt people going out there hurting people
mm,
because they don't know what to do with it.
mm, mm,
They don't know how to process that.
mm,
And it's a constant battle in your head every day.
mm. Wow. Because think about society. You have a larger group of people who are more apathetic than there are people who carry themselves with a level of empathy. It's like if
Hmm.
you see someone hurting, you see someone struggle, it's easy to just walk by and not pay any attention to that human being because you're so focused on what your needs are. We live in a world, we live in a society that's hedonistic. I need to take care of myself before I take care of someone else. But that's not how God set it up.
Hmm.
How I get what I need, how I improve my life circumstances is by using my time, my gift, my effort, and energy towards enriching another human being's life. How do we communicate that to others?
That is healing in itself. That's helped
Mm,
me a lot through the years too, always
mm,
helping other people. That's
mm,
always felt good to me. Even
mm,
when I had nothing, I would still take people in, feed people, give
mm,
clothes,
mm,
whatever I had to give.
mm,
I still felt blessed to be able
mm,
to give you something. Even though I
mm,
feel like I have nothing, I'm
mm,
still blessed to be able to share
come
what little
on.
I do have. So that helps.
You are, wow. You are on Goat Mountain of greatest people in the earth. What a remarkable story. What an incredible human being you are. And I could go on all day with you having this conversation. But it has been just an honor. It has been a blessing hearing your story. I'm going to finish reading This Too Shall Pass, and I'm looking forward to the next book that you put out. The underlying, message today is before you multiply, be fruitful first. If
Yes.
you are a mother, if you are a father, treat your children or just the people in your care as gifts, because life is so precious, and it doesn't matter how hard the times are, the circumstances. You don't need to take that negative energy out on other people. You don't take your frustrations out that way. You need to cast your cares to God, because he knows exactly what all of us need. The highest honor,
Mm-hmm.
hands down, without a question, is being a mother, being a father, and we need to carry ourselves with excellence so our kids can achieve more in life and move forward with their gift and their passions. But wow, remarkable book. For those of you who are watching, please get her book. Where can everyone go get your book, Miss Neesha?
It's on Amazon. Amazon also has the workbook. The book is
Yeah,
also on Barnes and Noble
yeah,
and
yeah. Think we froze. Miss Neesha, are you there?
yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, the screen froze for a second. Where can they get the book again?
Amazon, which also carries the workbook. The
Okay.
book is on Barnes and Noble and Lulu.
Wow, amazing. I'm looking forward to that next book. Any words of encouragement or another a quote? I remember I sent you a few questions. One more question I wanted to ask. What's your favorite quote? Can you share that with us?
The
Your
one I
favorite
put
quote?
on the book, This Too Shall Pass.
Oh, yes. Come
Got me
on
through
now. Pain is temporary. Suffering is it's all temporary. Keep moving forward. Keep getting better every day. Love yourself, love your kids, love other people. That's the underlying message.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing that with us today, Neesha. You are a blessing to me. Thank you. Everyone, please make sure you go get her book. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the TC Lifestyle Fit podcast channel. And until the next time, give your best effort, continue to move forward, love yourself and love others. We'll see you soon. Anything else you need to say, Miss Neesha, before we close out?
No, just keep on living for today.
Live for the day. Live for this moment right now. All right. Everyone, we'll see you next time. Thank you, Neesha.
Thank you.